In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Calendly API. By the end, you'll have a secure personal access token from Calendly that you can use to authenticate your API calls and set up webhooks for automations. Start by signing in to your Calendly account and heading to the main app. From there, open Integrations and Apps. This is the hub where Calendly lists official apps, community tools, and developer options. In the search bar, type API and webhooks or scroll until you see the API and webhooks option, then open it. This section is where you generate tokens and learn how to connect programmatically to your Calendly data. Click Get a Token Now. Calendly may show a short introduction screen. If it does, select Continue to Proceed. You'll be prompted to create a new personal access token. Give your token a clear, memorable name that reflects how you plan to use it, such as for a specific project or environment. This helps you manage tokens later without confusion. Avoid putting any sensitive information in the name. Next, choose the scopes. Scopes define what your token is allowed to do. As a best practice, pick the least privilege necessary. If you only need to read event data or list scheduled meetings, select Read Level Scopes. If you plan to create or modify resources, you'll need Write Level Scopes. If you're part of a team, be mindful of whether you need user-level access or broader organization access, and align with your company's policies. Click Next. Calendly will send a verification code to the email associated with your account. Open your inbox and look for the message from Calendly. If it's not in your primary inbox, check spam or other filtered tabs. Copy the verification code, return to Calendly, and paste it into the code field to confirm. Once verified, Calendly will generate your personal access token. Click Copy Token to place it on your clipboard. Treat this token like a password. Store it securely in a password manager or an environment variable. Never share it publicly, and don't commit it to source control. Many developer tools expect this token in an authorization header using the bearer scheme, which you'll see in the Calendly API documentation. If a token is ever exposed or no longer needed, return to the same API and webhooks area to revoke or rotate it. That's it. You navigated to integrations and apps, opened API and webhooks, created a named token with appropriate scopes, verified via email, and copied your token securely. You're now ready to connect to Calendly's API and start building.